Today we're going to be talking about a unicorn that doesn't seem to be fighting any winter season. It seems to be galloping same pace as it was earlier, something we're going to check with the founder. In fact, this is a unicorn that has also earmarked $300 million for M&A activity. So at a time when all conversations are about increasing cash runway, reducing unit economics, this is a unicorn that is seizing the winter. The unicorn in question is Moglix. Joining us is the founder, Rahul Garg. Rahul, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for giving us time today. Did I get it right? No winter season for Moglix?
I think winter is a fairly relative term. We are well capitalized as a company. We raised early this year $250 million. We are a low burn company. And this is a time when companies may be devoid of cash. We believe we should be deploying actually $100 million into acquisitions. So small correction there, it's not 300, it is $100 million acquisition pool that we have created to acquire innovative companies in distribution, manufacturing, or startup ecosystem.
Okay, so you are well capitalized. You've, of course, made one announcement for an acquisition, what I'm going to talk to you very shortly about. But just coming back to the fact that you have earmarked $100 million for M&A activity. In the times that we are in, when you are not seeing SMEs, MSMEs, as well as startups being as fortunate as you and as being well capitalized, are you spoiled for choice, given the larger recessionary environment in Europe and US too?
I think, we have earmarked this capital to look at companies across distribution, manufacturing, and startup ecosystem. So definitely, this is a large commitment, both from a sectoral perspective. I wouldn't say that we are spoiled for choices because the number of good companies in the target list are still very small. B2B is still a fairly early days of evolution, and but there are some exciting opportunities coming our way. Obviously, this was one acquisition which we have gone about over the last 6 months, and we are pretty excited about it. And we believe over the next 12 months, we should have 3 to 5 more acquisitions to be eyeing using this capital that we have set aside.
So you have made one acquisition. It's a global major. You're acquiring the Indian business. It's a sizable chunk also when we talk about the size of the acquisition. It's around 300 crores. Tell us more about it.
No, so we have acquired Indian arm of a global safety and security distributor called ADI Global. When I mean safety and security, these are products which are used in home and industrial establishment. All of us start to have CCTV cameras. We start to have fire protection, fire sensors in our houses. We start to have door locks, and which are today number operated or fingerprint operated. So it is one of the top 10 distributors in the world, almost a $5 billion plus of turnover globally across multiple countries. And the Indian arm that we have acquired brings us more than 50 brands and 300 CR turnover in Moglix for a wide variety of products across the country.
So when you say low voltage security, what are we talking about here? Lockers, doorknobs, security cameras, baby cameras?
So right now, you can imagine the products may come from companies like Honeywell, which is known for the security. And you can assume most of these are a little bit more electronic in nature, so they're not as mechanical per se. But you can assume if you have a fire sensor installed in your house and you see a small light, LED light blink to show that is there a fire happening in the house, or like a CCTV camera which you may be using in your house to observe any theft or things like that. So those are the kind of category of products which will come into, or an electronic door locking system. So again, 50 plus brands of products that would come in. I would say almost close to 50,000 different SKUs that will become part of the Moglix catalog. Moglix catalog is today 800,000 plus SKUs. This is adding additional 50,000 plus SKUs onto our catalog, and a large footprint in India, being the leader in India.
I want to get a sense from you because you're one of the unicorn founders that we have in the country, which is not so much into consumer tech or into the services. You're doing the good old stuff, which is to do with industrial design and manufacturing. You've got big dreams when it comes to aggregating Make in India industrial designs and products as well, and selling them and creating a marketplace for them. Give us a sense. What's happening? Are you seeing a change in business behavior where they are more willing to do business with companies like Moglix because you're not the traditional dhanda guys? Is inflation catching up? What's happening with demand?
No, I think extremely good question. So I'll start with talking about the macro environment. And I think it's no surprise that India is probably one of the most bright spot today in the world in terms of the economy size. And quite a bit of it is also contributed by the manufacturing as a sector, both from a supply and a demand perspective. If you look at the manufacturing sector, there are many of the manufacturing units which are expanding and putting up more capex for both domestic consumption as well as for export. The number of PLI schemes that have been launched early this year, I think, are contributing significantly to more and more indigenization of manufacturing in the country. Third, if you look at from a propensity of change towards Moglix, I believe we have been a beneficiary of some of these changes in the consumer world. Today, if you look at it, none of us as a consumer really buy our, or at least I would say significant percentage of us buy our mobile phones online, are happy to order grocery online, are happy to get food delivered to our doorsteps. And this change of behavior is also coming to the businesses because businesses are saying that I want to use the same level of technology. I want to use the consistent supply chain that can deliver to my manufacturing plant and so on and so forth. So I think, and this momentum, once it starts, it's very difficult to sort of stop this momentum. So I think we are a beneficiary of the momentum. And we think both the digitization as well as the manufacturing momentum will be phenomenal over the next 10 years for India.
So tell me one thing, Rahul. We're talking at a very interesting time, which is just before we see the rollout of 5G. Of course, it'll become with, first with smartphones. 5G is going to change manufacturing forever in India and around the world. How prepped is Moglix for that?
I think it's an interesting dimension because I think I would just club 5G also with the element that India is trying to take a step towards becoming, bringing more semiconductor manufacturing in India, right? So I would say that we are super excited about it because I think every step forward in the digital speed means that there are more and more people who want to come online and start to buy products online. Second thing we see as part of that change is that there is increased number of manufacturing capacity, both in semiconductor, but also a lot of the ancillary ecosystem of manufacturing, which will benefit from it. Are we fully prepared? I would say that we are still work in progress. There is a lot to be done. It's happening at a faster pace. And we continue to sort of look forward every day how we can move faster.
Give us a sense of how Moglix is going to keep its advantage. You do have a first move advantage here. There have been others that have, of course, come up after you. They also got funded, became unicorns. How will you maintain your first move advantage?
I would say that there is a popular saying at the debate, which is the fastest guy eventually can beat you over a period of time. So we believe it is very important as an organization like ours that you are both first mover, but you are also the fastest moving organization. And if you continue to keep up that momentum, I think there is no reason why you would lose out the edge. So we remain paranoid about being the fastest, providing better customer experience, providing better services to the businesses we are serving, as well as looking at new opportunities where we can add value. So I think we are still overall as a country probably less than 1% of the online commerce in the B2B space. So the headroom is massive, and there is no reason why we would not capture a significant portion of it.
Okay, Rahul. So with that, here's wishing you all the very best. I've got an ankle injury, but next time, let's hope we can do this interview in person where you can also show our viewers. We can do demos, we can show them what all Moglix is doing, and I'm pretty excited about that.
No, absolutely look forward to, and take care. Get well soon. And thanks for hosting us.